Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick, and we're going to do a mock draft right now on the ESPN website. We are going to do a 10-team PPR league. I'm going to be picking 5th. We're going to see what kind of team we can get, but we're going to use my app, which is My Perfect Fantasy Draft. You can access this app through my website, ffmaverick.com. I encourage you to go there today, sign up for a free account. You can access a free version of the app, which has restricted features, but you can still try it out, see what you think. If you like it, I encourage you to subscribe and use it for all your fantasy drafts this season. It is a great tool. It's definitely going to give you the edge on draft day, and I'm going to show you how it works. So when you log into the app, it's going to ask you 3 questions. Okay, so how does your league score points? This is a full point PPR league. Do you want to engage Jimmy's recommended player filters? I'm going to say yes. And then, do you want to enter draft mode? So this is going to break down the list based on the size of the league, 10-team league, and our draft position, which is 5th. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. Let's see, has this switched over? Yes, we can launch the draft now. And let me give you a quick tour of the app and how it works. So, of course, you got your list of players down here. You got your position filters here. So if you want to look at a specific player, you can do so. If you're wondering what these little icons mean or the columns mean, you can click the legend button and it'll explain that to you. And then what just popped up here is draft mode. So what these tabs represent is each round of your draft. And when you click on a tab, you're going to see, for instance, our first round. We're going to see all the players available between our first round pick and our second round pick. But instead of being sorted by their draft position, the players are sorted by their value. So all the highest value players are going to appear at the top of the list. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to narrow down who you should be targeting and who you should be staying away from. Because they're in each round of the draft, you're going to find a big spread between the best value player of that round and the worst value player of that round. All right? So let's jump back here. Draft starting in a minute and a half. And when we look at the app, there are 4 columns I want to look at. And I call them the VORC columns, okay? V for value, right? We already talked about that. And this is a calculated number. It's based off of the projected points that players is projected to earn, and it assigns a ranked value to them. So you can compare that value against their draft position to see if, in fact, is that a good deal, is that a bad deal, or is that a fair deal, okay? So that's what we're looking with that. Then the O is outlook. This is also calculated. This is based off of sort of the intangibles about that player. What sort of volume are they going to receive? Did they switch teams in the offseason? Did they sign a new multi-year contract? Are they playing with a new quarterback? There's all sorts of factors, and there's positive criteria and negative criteria. What this does is this just adds those numbers together, and if it's positive, meaning there's more positive than negative criteria, they'll get more stars. And so we want players with a 4- and 5-star rating, although I will consider 3-star players. And if you want to find out how they got that ranking, you would just click on their name. And if you go down here below their stats, you'll see positive criteria and negative criteria, and that is how you add it up. All right. Now, also we have the C in VORC is the R in VORC is reliability, and so we want high reliable players, but I do consider medium reliability players. And the C is consistency. There's the alarm that the draft is starting. C is consistency. It's a scale of 1 to 10. You want as close to 10 as possible for your players. And so let's jump back here. They're going to start coming off the board. So who's the best player we can take? Well, again, PPR. The best player in PPR is Antonio Brown. Now, I'm not sure if I would take Antonio Brown, because if we do end up taking him and it comes back to us at pick 16, I'm afraid that all of the elite running backs are going to be gone. So I want to take the best PPR running back that I can. And if you look, you will see that Alvin Kamara, in fact, offers the best value for our pick, 5-star rating, 7 out of 10 consistency, high reliability. I think he would be an excellent choice. Of course, we can wait and see if maybe any of like Ezekiel Elliott or David Johnson or any of those guys make it to us. So you can see we got 2 more picks here. Obviously, the no surprise on the first 2 picks. I doubt It will come back to us. And then as far as Saquon goes, Saquon is a good choice too, but Saquon isn't nearly as valuable. You can see his value rank is 11th versus Alvin Kamara, who's a value rank of 5th. But Saquon does give you 5 stars. But of course, we don't know what his consistency and reliability is because he's a rookie, right? So I want to go with the knowns, and not to mention the fact that Alvin Kamara's got that backfield all to himself for the first 4 weeks of the season because Ingram is facing that suspension. So I'm going to take him as my first player. So now that we've selected that, now we can go back to our list and we can click on 2 for the second round. And again, you'll see the list of players sorted by value. Who's the best value player in the second round? Well, Julio Jones is sitting at the top of the list. Now, if you look, his expected draft position is 14th. So chances are he's going to be gone because we have the 16th pick. So if he's available, I would absolutely take him. But I think a more realistic player that we're going to get is Michael Thomas, who's an excellent player. He scores 8th on the value ranking, 5-star outlook, 10 out of 10 consistency, high reliability. That is what I call a player that checks all the boxes. So I think he'd be a great choice. If we wanted to take running back, the best running back right now would be Devonta Freeman, who gives you 5 stars, 8 out of 10 consistency, high reliability. He would also be a very good choice, but I really like the idea of getting ourselves an elite wide receiver for this PPR league, someone who's going to get high volume and scores a lot of points. So I think we should target Michael Thomas and Devonta Freeman. You can also see the tight end Rob Gronkowski's right here as well. The problem with Rob, he's got a great outlook and, of course, huge ceiling, right, because he's a monster on the field. But his consistency and his reliability are what makes me very reluctant to take him at this spot. All right. This is our second pick, right? We don't want to blow it. So let's just keep going. And you could see that we still have a few picks till our next. So I'm going to just pause till we're within 3, and then we'll come back and we'll see who's available. Okay, we're back, and you can see that Julio Jones came off the board, so I'm not surprised. We probably weren't going to get him anyway. Michael Thomas is still there. And look, there's still some really good running backs on the board. This is very surprising. Fournette and Gordon are both still available, as is Cook, who I'm not really as thrilled with as far as players go. So I would love to take one of them if they happen to last until our pick. Just because I think that, Melvin Gordon, if we look at Gordon, he should have been a first-round guy. Melvin Gordon, nice value, 5 stars, 10 out of 10 high reliability. That's like the perfect kind of player. Fournette, not quite as valuable, but again, we're now in the second round. 4 stars, 9 out of 10 consistency, medium reliability. Let's see what happened here. Okay, well, they all got taken, so it doesn't matter. Look, they all just got taken. But Michael Thomas, my number 1 pick for this round, so let's go ahead. We will gladly take him. And let's move on to the third round and see who's available. So you can see our top value player is Stefon Diggs. Now, Stefon Diggs, I think, is a great choice, offers a lot of value right now, but his outlook isn't great, and basically it's mostly because he signed that giant contract. And I tend to when a player signs a big, giant, multi-year contract, like we've seen several this week, right? Odell Beckham, Melvin Gordon, today it's Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so these are not guys that I want to take because I feel that they don't try as hard the season after they get a big payout like that, a big payday. So I would stay clear of him. Right below him is Demaryius Thomas, who again, he's better, right? 4-star ranking, 8 out of 10, high reliability. So he's better, offers some nice value, but he's got this downward trend in his usage that's gone on for the past 3 seasons, which I don't like. And he's old. He's over age 30. So I think we need to stay away from him. But below him, look at this, T.Y. Hilton. He's fair value. He a 4-star, 9 out of 10 consistency, high reliability. I think that's the guy we should target. With Andrew Luck being back, I am 100% confident that T.Y. Hilton will return to wide receiver 1, to just be in a wide receiver 1. And there he is. So we'll go ahead. We'll take him with our third pick. You know what, though? Let's also take a look at the running backs because I don't want to miss out on running backs. Okay, so you can see that we got some really good options here. Royce Freeman and Jordan Howard. Now, because it's PPR, running backs are just not as valuable as they are in non-PPR. But You know what? I'm going to stick with our initial thing. I'm going to go with T.Y. Hilton. All right. And we will jump to the fourth round, and let's look at running backs in the fourth round. So we've got some options, right? We've got I've got the fourth round filtered for just running backs right now. So we got Kenyon Drake, who offers a nice 5-star outlook, high reliability, but his consistency is terrible, right? He's slightly overvalued. A little bit farther down the value bin, we've got Derrick Henry, 4-star ranking, high reliability, better consistency, so that's pretty good. We've got Mark Ingram, who I normally would consider if we were taking our third running back, but this is only our second. I don't really want to take a guy that's going to be gone for the first 4 games of the season. I don't think we could afford that. And then down here you got some very poor value players. Lamar Miller, Alex Collins. I don't like either of them just because their value is terrible. So I think what would be the best pick here, I'm looking at Derrick Henry. I would like to take Derrick Henry. Of course, we can always hope that maybe Royce Freeman falls to us, but he probably won't. We can look at who else is available this round, and you can see okay, well, you can see Demaryius Thomas at the top of this list too. What that means is when you see the same player at the top of 2 consecutive lists, it means that his draft position here is right at around our next pick. So our chances of getting him are 50-50 or less. So if we really wanted Demaryius, right, we should have reached for him in the 3rd round. But I'm glad I didn't, and I wouldn't do that anyway with a player like Demaryius. But should he follow us, he would offer very nice value for our 4th pick. You also have Golden Tate, who I think would be a great option if we took a 3rd wide receiver, but I really don't want to miss out on getting ourselves another solid running back. You know, that's the thing. Once you get past the 4th round, it's a lot of timeshares, right? So, and even Derrick Henry is a timeshare, but you know, Dion Lewis is a guy that has a significant injury history and is playing on a new team, so there's going to be adjustment. I think Derrick Henry is the guy to own in the Tennessee backfield, so I think that's who we're going to target. You could see that we are still 5 picks till our next pick. I'm just going to pause till we're within 3. Okay, and we're back, and you could see actually there's some interesting prospects here with both Thielen and Diggs still sitting on the board. Tyreek Hill too. This is crazy. Yeah, you usually don't see this. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to get picked with the next 3 picks, right? I'm not going to be surprised, but let's find. And look at that. Royce Freeman is still on the board. Okay, I definitely want Royce, so that's a gift. He's usually going in the 3rd round of most every draft I'm playing right now, so we will just take advantage of what the of what the draft board gets us, and we will have then 2 great running backs. I really like that combination of Kamara and Royce in the backfield this season. So let's see what happens here. See, Diggs came off. I'm guessing it's going to be Thielen or Tyreek next for Martinez. So of course they are taking their full allotment of time to make a decision here. So we're just going to wait around and wait for them to do something, anything. And he's taking his full time. There we go. Pick 35 is an auto pick, so it should come to us really quick. So yeah, you can see Diggs, Thielen, and Hill, just like last round. The 3 guys, I'm like, wow, and then they're all gone by the time it comes to us. But we do have Freeman, so let's go ahead and take him. I'm very happy with that. So we've got Kamara and Freeman as our running backs. We got Michael Thomas and T.Y. Hilton as our wide receivers. That's great. I'm real happy right now. So let's move on to the 5th round and see what's available. So the top value pick in this round is Marvin Jones. Now he has an okay outlook, not very good consistency, high reliability. So I'm not sure I would really be willing to take him. But right below him we got a tight end. We got Greg Olsen. And Greg Olsen actually offers value at his draft position, which is something you don't see that often in tight ends. Most often they are overvalued relative to their draft position, but you got to take one. But I think because of that injury last season, he's being heavily discounted. And you can see here that his reliability and consistency numbers are not great, but that's all based off of last season. Obviously his foot injury and just the fact that he didn't play that much, so he doesn't get a good consistency ranking. But he is a key part of that Carolina offense. He is the number one receiver on that Carolina offense, and I trust that to continue this year. So I think we definitely need to take Greg Olsen with our next pick. So let's just jump to tight ends. And you can see him, he's right there at the top of the list. Let's go ahead and take him. So that is very good. So let's move on to the 6th round and see what we can get. So you can see here, okay, so Greg Olsen, once again, he's right on the cusp of our next pick. So we basically did a reach for him, but I'm okay with that because I absolutely wanted to get him. And after him, it's all injured guys. Evan Ingram, Jordan Reed, and Delaney Walker, right? So I don't deal with injured players at all when I'm drafting. I completely remove them from my possibility list. So I'm glad we got him. So who's the next best available player? Well, we got Robert Woods sitting here giving us some value. 3-star outlook, 8 out of 10 consistency, medium reliability. That's not a bad choice. Emmanuel Sanders, really not very thrilled with him based on his outlook. If we wanted to go running back, we go Marshawn Lynch, who again offers 3 stars, 4 out of 10 consistency, medium reliability. Not a great choice. Duke Johnson is here. Tevin Coleman. Now, Tevin Coleman, oh, look at that. He offers just terrible value. Look at that. We want to stay away from that. So I think probably our best bet on this round, surprisingly, is Robert Woods. I really don't like any of these other players. So I think we should go with Woods on our next pick. And, let's look at the 7th round, see if there's anyone there that we want to target. There are some better choices. Like there's Cam Newton. I don't think we need to reach. So let's go ahead. Let's take Woods, and we will go with that for our next pick. So it's 5 picks. I'll just pause till we're within 3. All right, we're back. And once again, you got to take what the draft board gives you, and there are some gifts sitting on the draft board right now. Mark Ingram, remember the guy I didn't want to take as my 2nd running back. Let's take him as our 3rd if he makes it. Chris Hogan, another player that has a great outlook this season. There's Robert Woods. All right, so I think let's see who makes it to us, but I would definitely take Ingram if he's available. If not, Hogan. 3rd choice would be Woods. So let's just kind of see what happens here. We'll see who Martinez takes. But, man, to pair up Ingram with Kamara again this season, why not, man? They were awesome last year. I don't see any real change that's going to happen that's going to make me change my mind about those players. As far as these 2 players above us, Deion Lewis, not really interested in. Lamar Miller, he's a plotter. He's going to get the volume, but he's just not a performer. I just don't think he's going to be very good. Let's take a difference maker. Mark Ingram, we'll sit him on our bench for 4 weeks. I'm okay with that. So let's move on to the next round. Let's move on to the 7th round, and let's see who is available. So again, we've got options here. We could take, we could take a quarterback here. We've got Russell Wilson, Cam Newton would be the ones to take in this round. What else is going on here? We've got Pierre Garçon, who offers great value, but I just don't like the fact that he's over age 30 on that team. I'm just not sold on him as being the best option. Randall Cobb, I have a feeling, I've heard lots of rumors and chatter on the internet about that he's getting traded. And so if he gets traded, his value is next to nothing. I don't want to risk it. I don't want him to suddenly become Cleveland Brown or something like that. So I'm not even going to bother with him. But Devin Funchess does offer some value here. Let's jump back and see what's going on here. So, okay, well, look at this. Robert Woods, our favorite choice from the prior round, is still available. I think we just got to go with him. What I often say is pick your 3 favorites each round. If one of them makes it to the next round, go ahead and take them. So I'm going to take Woods. So he's going to be our 3rd wide receiver. So now we got Thomas, Hilton, and Woods. And then for our running backs, we got Kamara, Freeman, and Ingram. So that's pretty darn nice. So let's jump to the 8th round here, and you can see Pierre Garçon still sitting at the top of the list. Randall Cobb, both these guys are right on the cusp of our next pick, but I don't want either of them, right? So we got Devin Funchess, we got Jamison Crowder. Now Jamison Crowder I actually like the most of this group. and you've seen these dollar bills. These are contract years, which means all these guys have a contract year coming up. And Jamison Crowder has an upward trend in his usage over each of the past 3 seasons. The opposite of Demaryius Thomas, right? He's a player on the rise. 7 out of 10 consistency, high reliability, 5-star outlook, good value. I would take him over Devin Funchess just because we already have the number 1 receiver for the Carolina Panthers, so we don't need to worry about that. So let's go with Crowder as our target for the next pick. And where is he? There he is. I'm just gonna queue him up right now. You can see he's got a question next to his name, but so he's dealing with a groin injury, but he's fine. He was okay to go last weekend. They just held him out, so I'm totally okay with taking him. And as far as anybody else in front of him, Tevin Coleman just offers terrible value right now. Sammy Watkins changed teams in the offseason. We already talked about Randall Cobb. There's Funchess, right? Pierre Garçon, too old. Chris Thompson, another one dealing with actually pretty serious injury. Will Fuller, injury prone. These are all guys that I could just totally pass up on. And Robert Anderson I did like, but then they just announced that the rookie quarterback, who I'm totally drawing a blank on his name right now, is going to be the starter, right? They traded away they traded away Bridgewater to the Saints today, so now it's going to be the rookie that's going to be the quarterback. And whenever a rookie plays, rookies typically get about the same number of interceptions as they do touchdowns in their rookie season. So I don't want to deal with that. It brings down everybody on the team, so I really don't want any Jets now because of that. So let's go ahead. We'll take Crowder. And we will then jump to the 9th round, and let's see what we've got. So you can see here at the top of the list, the best value player is Kelvin Benjamin. Now, he is a high-risk player playing on the Buffalo Bills. Not a great outlook, not great consistency, not great reliability, but the value is undeniable, right? But right below him, look, there's Cooper Kupp. Now, that's unfortunate because we took Woods, right? So I don't really want 2 Rams receivers on my team. Now, what about running backs? Because I think we should look at running backs, and you can see here that we got some options that we should consider. And Kerryon Johnson, again, poor value, right? He's a rookie, but he's got some upside, and I like him better than I would like Ronald Jones, the other rookie who's not having a good season, and Jamal Williams, who I just don't want at all. So why don't we go ahead? Let's go take Kerryon. You can see this draft is going quicker now. So Kerryon Johnson, he is still available. Let's take him. And then we're going to move on to our next pick in the 10th round. This is a round I think we should maybe start looking at quarterbacks. We've got some decent options: Kirk Cousins, Ben Roethlisberger. I think we can wait on quarterbacks, though. Yeah, I mean, Stafford still hasn't been taken. Let's not deal with that. Let's keep grabbing running backs and wide receivers. Peyton Barber actually could be a very nice option. He's doing way better than Ronald Jones right now on that team. Wide receivers, Benjamin's still showing. Jordy Nelson, no. Sterling Shepard is also a good possibility. I think we should take. Let's grab another running back. I think let's go with the upside. Let's go with Peyton Barber. I think he could be a real surprise this year. There he is. He's right here. So let's see if he makes it to us. Again, it's 3 picks till our next turn. He's 3 picks down for the top. But you can see here's the other players around. I just don't want them. I don't want any New England running back before pick 100. Least of which the 3rd running back on that team, James Watt. Why would anybody want that? But Peyton Barber is still sitting there. Is he going to make it? Oh, he did. That was close. So let's go ahead. We'll take Peyton Barber. So now we got 5 running backs. We got 4 wide receivers. Let's jump to the 11th round. I think maybe we should go ahead and target our quarterback. I would love to get Stafford. I think he's a great choice. So let me just pause till we're within 3, and then I'll come on back. All right, we're back. That went very quickly, actually, but we can look here. And, oh, look at that. It looks like – oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I was scrolled down. Geez, Kirk Cousins hasn't even been taken yet. But let's go ahead. Let's get Stafford. I think he's a great option this year. He's a perennial QB1 every single year. So rock solid player. And let's just jump to the 12th round then, and let's see what we can get. Top of the list right now, Rashard Matthews, who's dealing with an injury. Normally I would like him, but I'm not going to take him. Mohamed Sanu. Now, again, this is PPR, right? Usually he's not a guy that's relevant, but in PPR he has some value. He has a nice value at this point in the draft. High reliability, average consistency, 4 out of 5 stars. That's a great choice there. Most of these other guys just aren't, dealing with injuries, or there's just not enough volume for them to warrant to getting a good outlook. These guys, I just call them scrubs. They're just anybody's, right? Leave those guys alone. Wait for them to do something, and then pick them up off of waivers, because these guys are probably going to get dropped very quickly after the first few weeks. I'm guessing, right, as other players emerge and start having better seasons. So I like Sanu as our fifth wide receiver. And let's just reset this list, and we can look here at who else is available. Again, it's just scrubs, man. I'm just not, I'm not really thrilled with any of these guys. So let's find Sanu. And oh my, he was already taken. Holy cow, it never happens. So we got to find someone quick. So if I was looking through this list, and I am scrolling down very far because these guys aren't great. You know what? I'm going to take a chance on Marlon Mack. I'll take him as our 6th running back. Hopefully he can come back and do something. But unfortunately, we ran out of time there to find an alternative. So let's look at the next round here. And we want wide receivers. Let's grab some more wide receivers. You can see not great options. I mean, we could go one of the rookies like a John Ross or something like that. Let's just see who's available. Once you get this late in the draft, these last few ones, just try to find high upside guys. And like here's Anthony Miller. I'd love to get Anthony Miller. Looks like we're going to get Anthony Miller. He's getting a lot of buzz in this preseason. He's actually available later than he should be. He should have already been taken by now. And look, here's some other guys. Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams, Jordan Wilkins. These are all like late round flyers that we could totally take. Aaron Jones. Actually, you know what? I would love to get Aaron Jones. We'll take 7 running backs then. But he's clearly the best running back in that backfield. Ty Montgomery can't stay healthy. Jamal Williams is not as good as him, so I think he would be the one to have as far as that's concerned. So let's where'd he go? Where'd he go? He disappeared on me. Look, it's already back to us. But you can see here's Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams are still available. Aaron Jones. Let's go ahead and we'll take him. He's suspended for the first 2 games, so I'm not too worried about it. And then we're going to spend our final 2 picks on defense and a kicker. Should be able to get something really good. So let's just filter for defense. And I'm thinking this team looks pretty good, man. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So I love the Patriots. You know why I love the Patriots? Because they're going to play the Jets twice. Get to play against a rookie quarterback twice, and maybe even 4 times, right? If Buffalo goes with their rookie, so let's go with them. I like the Patriots. Always a quality team. And for our kicker, always great options at kicker. Never take these guys. Never take a kicker or a defense early. You just don't need to. There's always going to be good options on the board. So I can see here. We got Jake Elliott, Matt Prater. I like to find guys that are playing a dome on a decent offense. That's a go-to guy right there, Matt Prater. So we'll see if we end up with him. And then we'll just kind of summarize the team. And I think this team turned out pretty darn good. I really like this team a lot. So, go to my website, man, My Perfect Fantasy Draft. My website is ffmaverick.com, FF for fantasy football. And like I said, you can get free access to the app. You try it out. Try it on a couple mock drafts. See what you think. Like I said, I think it's a fantastic tool. And let's just review. So our quarterback is Matthew Stafford. Our running backs are Alvin Kamara, Royce Freeman, Mark Ingram, Kerryon Johnson, Peyton Barber, Marlon Mack, and Aaron Jones. So we got quite a stable of running backs. Our wide receivers are Michael Thomas, T.Y. Hilton, Robert Woods, Jamison Crowder, Anthony Miller, and that's it. Okay, and then our tight end is Greg Olsen. Our defense is the Patriots. Our kicker is Matt Prater. That's an awesome team. I love this team. I would totally love to have this team going into this fantasy season. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And have a great day, everybody. And happy draft season. Have a great draft this year. Bye.